schreeuwen mag arbeid. Hier is niet meer schreeuwen, je toestand. Hier is niet schellen, zoals dat. Hier is niet schellen, zo mag.
What's up, YouTube? CFX here, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk About It, where we're going to basically talk about everything that has to do with trading. The psychology side of trading, the money aspect, the strategies, everything that pretty much, like I said, has to do with trading. And we're going to talk about what can help you progress to the next level, things to do, things not to do. But this is really going to be like a straight up conversation between me and you guys, where I just tell the truth about trading, things that I have found to proven to work, and just share my ideas with you guys. But this is going to be the first episode, and we're going to talk about, for the first episode, what I think is the most important part of trading, and that's honestly the psychology of trading. So let's get straight into it. So as a trader, I feel like this quote is something that you should always remember, and it's something that has stuck with me from the first time I heard it, honestly. And it is: start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. So start where you are. If you are in the beginning process of trading, you already have grasped the concept of, okay, I do not know a lot, but I know enough to make me some money. Start there and grow off of that. Or if you do not have 6 figures or 5 figures to even throw in the market to start trading, then use what you have. You have $100, use that. 200, all the way up to 1,000. Use that. I promise you, it's gonna be something. Like, I don't think people even understand what you can even do with $100, honestly, or even 500 or 1,000. I really don't think people understand what they can even do with that much amount of money. So use what you have, and for the last part, do what you can. Control what you can control. You can't control how the market moves, but you can control how much money you put into a trade, the lot size, the amount of time you stay in a trade. Don't hold your losses too long. Like, you can control that. So I just wanted to start off with that quote, but first thing I do want to talk about is mindset. And when I speak about mindset, I'm not talking about the mindset of trading yet. I'm talking about, honestly, outside of trading, finding stuff that bring you happiness, fulfillment, energy, things that you connect to. So that's like doing things that you love to do, working out, going running. I spoke about this in one of my first episodes and one of my first videos and stuff like that, but it's actually very important. Doing things that you love to do, finding things that you connect to, your family. Shoot, maybe even playing a video game may bring you peace. Meditating, I'm gonna speak about that later on. And it's just a whole lot of stuff that outside of trading, you should look to when things are going bad. Like, whatever may bring you happiness, energy, being on a healthy diet, eating right, drinking water, whatever it may be, use that to your advantage and continue to grow off of that. Because you may not think it will connect to your trading and you being profitable, but it definitely will. Just doing other things outside of trading that just brings you happiness and energy. So that's going to be the first part of mindset. Now let's get into the next part. So next, we're going to talk about strategies to increase your focus, such as biofeedback, or even meditating, or even interrupting problematic patterns. So what I mean by that is, let's say right before you get ready to trade, you're just doing some of everything. Just anything that is not really allowing you to be focused on your trading when you finna get ready to trade. So let's say, well, I'm gonna use this for example. Right before I start trading, I go through everything. I go through my markups. I use fundamental and technical analysis. So I look at the news. I see what's going on. I see okay, this may cause the market to move this way. And you don't want to use the news too much because you don't want it to sway your thinking process on trading too much. But it is a nice thing to look at because it definitely does play a part when you're trading pairs like NAS, US30, SPS, all those indices and stuff like that, or even crypto. So it does play a benefit in that. But if you're not focused before you start trading, you're not going to be focused when you're trading, if that makes sense. And I also spoke about this earlier, like meditating. I meditate before I trade as well. So I use a whole hour. I use 30 minutes to meditate, 30 minutes to go through my fundamental and technical analysis. So that's what allows me to get focused right before I start trading, and that helps me be profitable. And then biofeedback. Go off of what has worked for you and what has not worked for you. You are your best feedback. You are your best feedback because you know what you have done that has allowed you to be profitable, and you know what you have done that has not allowed you to be profitable when other people are not watching you trade. See, I can get on here and make videos all day on me being profitable and then trade on my own and blow my account. But you guys do not see that because like I'm not showing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's my feedback to myself now. I know, okay, when I do this, when I'm trading on my own, I lose a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? So you are your best feedback. So the next thing that I would like to speak on is reprogramming your responses. And this is very, very, very big. This is one that I really paid attention to because my response to when I'm having a losing day or I lose a trade I feel like I shouldn't have lost used to be poor, like terrible. And I'm still working on it to this day. But reprogram your responses. Use things like expose yourself to utilizing visualization. So what I mean by that is when I meditate, I sometimes play back losses in my head that I've taken before. Losses in my head where I maybe got emotional and it caused me to overtrade or over leverage or do something stupid in a way, and I'll just visualize that in my head and I'll be like, okay, don't respond like that next time this happens. Respond like this. You know, do something differently. Do something that's not going to take you out the game, because that's what trading is all about, staying in the game. Who stays in the game the longest? Who do not blow their account, basically. But that's something that I really, really, really suggest you guys to do, is reprogram your responses by visualizing losses that you may have taken before that caused you to get emotional, and reprogram how you're going to react to it. So therefore, when that moment comes again, your mind is going to snap. Like, that's literally what it's going to do, because it has happened with me. Like, it's just going to snap you back to reality. It's going to bring you back to the now. And you're going to be like, okay, I've been in this position before. Let me not react like how I used to and end up blowing my account again. So you want to reprogram your responses and monitor yourself. Like, when I say bring yourself back to the now, close your laptop if you have to. Get out of your seat that you trade in. Like, this chair right here, this is my trading chair. Whenever I'm in this chair, I'm more than likely getting ready to trade. So if I have to get out of this chair and monitor my emotions and myself and my actions, that's what I'm going to do. And close my laptop. So those are some practices that I suggest doing for reprogramming your response. And another part of mindset is we're out here to build consistency. So in order to build consistency, you have to basically map out like a whole entire plan, and you have to follow it every single day. You have to follow it every single day. So some things that I suggest is making a calendar. You know, either get a calendar, put it on your wall, or use your calendar on your phone so you could set alarms. Hey, do this at this time, this time, this time, this time. You know, doing things like that will build consistency. And it don't have to be like, okay, set an alarm for the charts or to look at the charts for this time. You know, that you could do that, but I'm talking about things like, okay, wake up at this time, work out at this time, eat at this time, do whatever else you need to do. Build consistency outside of trading, so therefore when it comes to trading, it'll be much easier. A lot of people think when they start trading, okay, I'm just gonna start doing this and this and that. No, if you have not been consistent before now, it's gonna be much harder to be consistent now that you got into trading. It's gonna be much harder because it's not something that you're used to. It's not something that you have already diagnosed your mind to process. Building consistency. Another thing that I suggest, like getting a journal. You know, write down your trades that you are in. Write down every single trade, your entry, your TP, your stop loss. And then at the end, you can either put a W for win or L for loss. And like, stay consistent with that. Even just writing that down, if you stay consistent with writing down your results, it's going to make a difference. And not only just writing it down, but building off those results. Okay, I lost 10% of my account this week. Let me try to get 5% back next week, and then get the next 5% the week after that. Or, you know, okay, I made 3% of my account this week. Let me make maybe 7 to 8 or 10% next week. Think like simple things like that. Stay consistent with keeping up with your results, because that is important. And not only just keeping up with your results, but also reviewing your results. So it's like, look at your results when you took your biggest trades. Are you profitable or not profitable? And I want you to just really think about that. Just look at your results when you took your biggest trades. And think about, okay, is this the best thing for me? And yes, we all want to get to like bigger trades, bigger lot sizes. You want to put a bigger percentage of your account into your trades, so therefore you can make more money. Yes, we all want that. But let's think about when you're not supposed to take those larger positions and you know you're not. And now you're wondering how to fix it. Just step back and imagine if your account was like at $100. Imagine if your account was at $100. Would you have taken that trade? And I want you to just be straight up honest with yourself. If your account was at $100, would you have taken that trade that you took your largest position on? And you honestly have to treat every single trade like that. You have to treat every single trade like, okay, if my account wasn't as big as it is now, would this be a trade that I would take to build my account? Because you know when you have $100 in your account, you're being very safe. You're analyzing everything the way that you need to, and you're just being careful. You're being smart. But for some reason, when we get to a larger account, we just throw all that out the window. Like, we throw all of that out the window. But no, you want to treat your accounts the same. You want to be smart all the way through, because that's the only way that you're going to be consistently profitable. That's the only way that you're going to be consistently profitable. So, like, that's really about all I got to say on that. Just staying consistent with your results, and even outside of trading, staying consistent with a daily plan every single day. So, utilize that in order to continue to build your mindset. And I promise you, just give it a try for a month, and I promise you, there's going to be a big difference in your, not only your trading account, but your life in general. Next portion, I want to talk about your emotions. So I want to talk about fear a little bit. The fear of losing really only comes when you know you're not doing something smart. Like, that's really, like, be honest, let's think about it. The fear of losing only comes when you know you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. And sometimes fear is good for you. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes fear is good for you because it gives you information. It gives you the information that you need. And once you get that feeling of fear, then you automatically, like, you should immediately step back, analyze your trade, and really think to yourself, okay, I'm feeling fearful for some reason. Why is that? Is there something that I know is not right with this trade, but I'm still trying to take it? Things like that. Stepping back and just really see what you're doing and pay attention to what you are doing, because that trade right there, that decision is going to either make or break your account. It's going to make or break your account. Check your procedures. Did you go through all of the steps that you usually go through before you take a trade? If not, even if it's one step that you missed, do not take that trade. Because your fear is feeding you information. Hey, you didn't check for this. And that may be the key factor in if that's a winning trade or not. So that's something that I always tell people when they're trading or before they even start trading. Is I spoke about it before. It's not really getting rid of your emotions, but maintain your emotions. Maintain your emotions. Monitor your emotions. And that's part of it. And I'm telling you, that is going to decide whether you're profitable or not profitable. And it's really just to end off on the last point, but just another part of monitoring your emotions and your fear of losing. This is to more so explain the reasons why you may feel that way. Is it because you may have lost the last 3 trades and now you're thinking, what is going on? Like, can I trade? Can I not trade? Something going on in the market, and it may be the case. Step back and catch yourself. Is something going on in the market right now? Let me go check the news. Is it a bad time to trade the US dollar? Is it a bad time to trade the euro or the Japanese yen? Things like that. Step back for a second and you just really analyzing when something is not right in the market. And also, another part on that though, we speak on fear and thinking about it and stuff like that, but you don't want to overthink. You don't want to overthink, because overthinking can also hurt you. And in some cases, it can hurt you more so than just being fearful, honestly. Because sometimes you overthink on stuff and there's no need to. Sometimes you're actually okay. It's okay. But you're overthinking it so much and it's causing you to not be profitable or not get results. And what I mean by that is, just be honest. Like, is there a reason why you're reacting the way you are? Is there a reason that you're reacting to your losses? Were they really just bad trades? Or was it just something going on in the market? Overthinking on stuff like that. And really, like, and this comes with analyzing your losses as well. Like, if you did not learn from it, or if you did not review your losses and see why you lost them or lost those trades, then you're not growing. Then yes, you're going to continue to overthink, because you should know, okay, this setup, I was able to win off of it last time, or this setup, I lost from it last time I tried to take a setup like this. And then if you're not reviewing your losses, then you're going to be overthinking, and you're not going to know. You're going to be like, did I win off a trade like this last time I took one, or did I lose? You're not going to know, because guess what? You're not recording your results. You're not being consistent with writing down your trades. I take a screenshot of every single setup that I make, and then I put it in a playlist on my phone, and I put it in a playlist of wins, and I put it in a playlist of losses. Simple things like that is going to help you, because you need to always stay in student mode. When it comes to trading, you need to always stay in student mode. Always, because the market changes. You're not going to always be able to trade the way that you're trading. You may trade or let's say you got a strategy and stuff like that. You may be able to keep majority of your strategy in the way that you trade, but you're going to have to start changing some things up. You're going to have to adjust to the market. The market don't adjust to your strategy. You adjust to the market. You add things on, you take things off. Stuff like that. So always stay in student mode when you're trading. And it's like, honestly, when you're not in sync with the market, it more so damages you more so than anything. It damages you psychologically because you, like I said, you're gonna start overthinking. So always stay in sync with the market. You know, that's why we say stay in student mode. That's why we say always go educate yourself. You never know enough. You truly never know enough when it comes to trading. Even Q Banks, I was watching a podcast on him previously, and he was talking about he's just now learning or getting into fundamental analysis. Q Banks, one of the most profitable traders in this whole entire industry, and he's just now getting into fundamental analysis. There's always something to grow on, and that guy has had $1 million days, literally $6 to $7 figure days, and he's still learning. So you're never in a position to where you can stop learning. Just being honest. And not only learning, but not only overthinking, but another thing that could damage you psychologically is the need to make money. The need to make money. Yes, we're all here to make money. But once you put that need to make money over everything else, that's going to damage you more than anything. I promise you. That's going to damage you more than anything. Because you're going to start taking too large of a risk that your account can handle. You're going to start taking irrational trades. Like, you're going to start making stupid decisions. To sum it all up, you're going to start making stupid decisions because you're so caught up on that need to make money that you're going to just do anything. You're going to risk too much on a trade that is not a good trade. And you're going to blow an account every single time. I guarantee you, you're going to blow an account every single time. And to even go further into that, I'm going to tell you things that you shouldn't do once you have a losing day or once you blow an account. For one, don't beat yourself up. Do not beat yourself up. Yes, you probably made a dumb decision. You did something that you knew you wasn't supposed to do. But don't beat yourself up about it. Learn from it, grow from it. Second thing, do not try to get that all back in one night. Because when I say a losing trade or a losing night, I mean you done lost more than 10% of your account. And that's not something that you want to try to get all in one trade. Because if you lost more than 10% of your account, then that means you have lost either 5 consecutive trades or more. And that's going to be hard to get back in one night. Unless you just take an amazing trade. But you want to be smart about it. What got you in that position in the first place? Was it because you were being greedy? You were trying to over leverage? You were trying to make a whole lot of money and hit on a home run? If that's the case, then you're going to try to do that again when you're trying to make all that money back and you're only going to lose more. Got to be smart about it. So, do not put that need of making money over everything else. Honestly, that should be the last thing. And for as crazy as that sounds, because we're in this business to make money, you do not want that to be your top priority. You do not want that to be your top priority because it's going to damage you more so than help you. And it's going to hold you back longer than it needs to. Trust me. I know. I spoke about it in my 1-year video. I know. Trust me. It's gonna hinder you, and it's gonna hold you back, and it's gonna make your learning curve way harder, and it's gonna take a lot longer. So, do not put that need of making money over everything else. But that's really what I wanted to talk about for this first episode of Let's Talk About It. if this video has helped you, if you was able to relate to it or anything like that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I promise you, I got a lot more gems to drop, and I can't wait to do this series because I plan on having even special guests on it and things like that, but just having other people on the episode as well. And if you are, willing to join this episode, definitely DM me on my Instagram at coj.2k, and I'll be glad to respond to you guys. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn those bell notices because like I said, we're going to drop a lot more. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. I'm out.